Freebie. Hi.
No regrets, not even one letter. One little letter.
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets. Last week, you
None
all...
whatsoever.
2 weeks ago now. Sorry, we were off last Wednesday. 2 weeks ago, you all arrived in Cod Verde with an Ani head and a weapon and some other interesting items in a cart in tow. We learned a little bit about what was going on in the city. Made a deal to sell the weapon. When you were approached rather obtrusively by some individuals. With a offer to see their boss. That is where we took off, and that is where we're going to pick up this time. As you're led back down a little bit into the underground, through a bar, just a few patrons in it, into a back room, and a metal rung ladder that leads up to the surface.
What do these guys look like again that are leading us?
They kind of have
Are
like
they...
red and gold cloaks. They look better dressed than most of the other people down here.
Are
Like,
they wearing like the same uniforms kind of that we saw when we first got here?
No.
Okay.
It's not the more darker blacks and midnight blues that you saw. These are a little bit brighter colors.
Have we gotten the sense that these kinds of like matching uniforms for like different groups of private citizens is that fairly common here? Like everyone's in a gang or cult or paramilitary group or whatever they
I
are?
will say these are dressed up more like they are under the employ of an individual that hands these out to give off that impression. It has not been common. It is not common.
Okay.
No.
So it's less like military uniforms and more like they all work at the same Jack in the Box.
The same Hooters.
Yeah, they're gold, they're red and gold booty shorts now.
Oh, come on.
Kind of, but it's fancier dress, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's like they all work at the place that wants to be the 5-star dining restaurant
Yeah.
kind of outfit.
they're
You
all-
know the ones.
They're all bellhops at the same old-timey hotel.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
With gun blades, but yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And they kind of point up the ladder.
Oh, you want us to go first?
Yes.
All right. You're the ones with the firearms, so start climbing.
Okay. When
Why
they
not?
hear you up top, climbing up the ladder, you don't see a light at the end of it. And you're also not, because of that, you're also not sure how tall this ladder is, because you remember you went down many flights of stairs. Hands on the little rungs make a little bit of noise. You hear this kind of like cranking motion, like a gear, and then all of a sudden the top opens up. And it's only about 30 feet up. Like, this is a sub-basement to a house. Like, not even a basement, but like a sub-basement that opens up. And there is an individual at the top of the stairs that will reach out a hand if you all need it to help over the kind of lip of this, for lack of a better word, like a submarine-esque hatch that is at the top of this thing.
What kind of hand reaches?
The light in your eyes, human or elf, you're not 100% sure. I assume no one's going to stay on the ladder.
No.
Yeah, climbing out.
And there's about two more of the people in the same dress. These people do not appear to have weapons on them. There's a little tiny staircase, probably about 3 stairs down from this little alcove area where this thing is. They kind of point down. Basement's a little dingy, a little dusty, a little dirty. You can hear the roar of like a furnace going.
And any interesting smells?
Make a perception check.
Yep, no, that's a 9.
Just the typical dirt and dust.
The so before they brought us down here, they mentioned, and I watched the VOD earlier today
Mhm.
just to refresh myself. They mentioned that their boss was a business person named Liaren.
Lyrin, yeah.
Liaren.
Yep. I think I posted it last time too.
Oh, okay. Um, so while they're leading us along, I will kind
I did.
of discreetly as I can, I'll grab onto my amulet
Okay.
and ask, is Liren, the business person from Cot Verte, trustworthy?
Actually, I have to think about that for a second because I don't know if you would know him. You hear back in your head, because Willie can do this now. If he's not working for the Brotherhood, then possibly.
I think I don't want to say anything to anyone with all the other people around, so I'll just kind of note that and continue on.
Okay.
You said this room that we come into, there's like a roar of a furnace. Is that in the room we're in, or is it like somewhere adjacent that we can't see?
It is somewhere adjacent that you can't see.
Okay, so this room isn't particularly like overheated or anything.
No.
Okay.
It is hotter than where you just were. It's
Mhm.
actually warm, but it is not excessively hot.
Okay.
I'll say also, Emrys, Fair, and Dietrich with your passive perceptions. You also hear what sounds like kettle steam in the walls.
How interesting.
Are the walls here like stone or wood or something else?
They are stone, but it appears that they have been reinforced and planked with wood in some places. So more carved out than actual built stone.
Okay. And how many of them are there in the room with us right now?
You only saw 2 when you first came up.
Okay. And then did the other guys follow us up?
No, they appear to have waited at the bottom of the ladder.
Okay.
Can I ask the 2 of them what that sound is?
They kind of look at each other, look back at you guys, kind of think about if they should answer this question, and they're like, we have the boss has powered the house and his little knickknacks and toys and objects. I believe that has something to do with that.
Does he also supply power to his own lights, or does he buy it from the city?
And I'm not 100% sure on, actually. You do see similar lights on the wall. If you have any more questions, you can ask us on the way. It's just up these stairs. And kind of lead you through this dusty basement, sub-basement, up a flight of stairs into another basement, but like when you come through the door, you notice this is a bookcase door. Like, this is a secret door that leads into like the wine cellar type basement. Like, there are multiple layers of security between this house and the basement. Like, you're getting the idea of what this guy's about a little bit here. And in the wine cellar, there stands about 5'3", an older looking elf, a few wrinkles around the eyes, not many. Leaning against a barrel of wine, glass in hand, kind of smelling it.
I greet him formally in Elvish and ask what he's got there to drink.
He'll reply back in common as a formality to everyone. Much appreciated. Thank you. This is a 400-year-old wine from across the sea in a little winery near Coyen in Serres. Deciding if it needs a few more decades or not.
What color is the wine?
It's red. It's deep, like mahogany red at this point, having been in this barrel for, like he said, 400 years. You seem to be an interesting lot of people, since one of my associates just happened to spot you in the tavern the previous evening. And you were new in town? I have 2 offers for you, since you seem to be the adventuring type, judging by your outfits. Would you like the monetary offer or the business offer first?
What's the difference?
They're 2 separate things. One, I pay you and it's over now. There's the other one, you have to do something to get some money.
Well, give us both, I suppose.
Well, it was more a matter of order, but... which one first? Just drinks it down in one sip.
Monetary first.
So you see, I have a winery out in the meadows. and a lovely farmhouse out there. And as part of that land, I also have a. I don't know how to say it because farm implies like cows and sheep. A large swath of land adjacent to my farm that I have left wild but fenced in, where I get creatures from the surrounding landscape and put them in there for the amusement to visit for me and my associates.
Like a menagerie.
Exactly. Menagerie is a very good word for that.
You hunt these other creatures.
We do not say live out their days there very peacefully and being fed.
Can I
Do you
insight
really
check
think?
Yeah, go for it.
that?
Do you release people into this area and hunt them? The most dangerous game.
If someone
Maybe
crosses me, I
so.
might consider it, but I have never done that before.
Don't go giving him any ideas there, Dietrich.
Hey, it sounds really fucking fun,
I don't know. I have
actually.
some. I would much rather feed them to pigs. It leaves nothing behind.
18.
He's
I've
not
heard
lying.
tigers
He
really do
literally,
the trick.
he literally just has a menagerie. I just rewatched that the other week.
So what is it that you need from us?
Well, you see, I had some associates, or rather now ex-associates, as you will find out, in the second part of this conversation, that were supposed to deliver a piece de resistance to my menagerie, as it were, and that would be an owlbear.
I look
An
over at
owlbear.
Nymeria.
I've never seen one of those before.
He will literally
No,
look at Nymeria's thing and then look back at you,
uh,
look down
I
at
mean, a
Ollie, and look
big
back at you.
one. I mean,
no,
a big one.
yeah, insight check. I know what he's thinking.
What?
Like he wants to buy Ollie.
Yes.
Yeah, so can I just say to him like, no deal. What's the business offer?
Um. Well, you didn't even hear my price.
It doesn't matter.
Okay. And if that's the case, um, you see these former associates of mine, who were supposed to deliver the owlbear to me, because I am a man of, second chances. It is the second time they have failed me. As they were also supposed to deliver me several dire wolves and also failed to do so. So if you're up for it, I would like you to track these individual poachers down and kill them for me.
So you wanted them alive, and they brought you back dead.
No, they failed to deliver dire wolves, and then they failed to deliver an owlbear. I want them dead.
Could you describe these poachers?
Um, God, it's been so long since I've seen them, since they tried to avoid me now, actively, or say I ever come back through town. It was probably 4 or 5 individuals. I believe they had a dwarf, a half elf, and then there's 3 humans. One of the humans who I believe runs this group is a little bit older.
I kind of look sideways at Nymeria to see her reaction. Because I know that she was weren't you taken by
Yeah, does
some
this sound like the group that took me?
Make an intelligence check.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
16, so 15?
Okay. You were drugged for a large part of your journey until you were sold in Wilmeth. That sounds vaguely familiar. The descriptions match vaguely what you do remember vaguely, so it's entirely possible.
So when I hear that, my ears will do a little, twitchy.
So you want us to hunt down these poachers and do what with them exactly?
Kills them and bring me what other body parts you want to back as proof. Preferably heads, but I'm not picky.
And what's your price for that?
Well, it depends if you accept or not.
What's in it for us?
A large sum of money?
You can't be any more specific than that.
Oh, I can. I'm just buying time for my associate since he seems to have forgotten to bring the actual chest with it down. And you notice one of the two guys that was there behind you had left quietly. But yes, a rather large sum of money. So, what, 5 of you? Just so I'm aware. There's nobody else in this group?
Just the 5 of us.
Alright. You hear, like, a clank on the stairs as you hear kind of the chest bouncing up and down as he brings it down the stairs into it and kind of sets it on one of the tables that glasses are sit on when they do samplings down here. And he kind of walks over very deftly and kind of puts the key in it, turns it, and opens it up. So 1,000 gold apiece, good?
Five heads.
Plus, obviously,
1,000.
plus 150 gold up front for the party for travel and expenses. Each.
And a bottle of that wine.
Certainly, if that's what it takes. I do not want the Brotherhood involved in this deal at all.
What's the story with you and the Brotherhood?
I'll pour another glass of wine from that barrel. Kind of sip it. They do not... They obviously deal in things. Like I do. Animals, weapons, armors, potions. They do not always take money for what they are selling. They want informations and favors, and with that kind of groups, that can get dangerous. Hence the protection, and hence me not doing business with them.
And these poachers, where were they last seen? Where do we go to
They
look for them?
came through Cadverte, not too long ago, according to people who sell me information, with the Owlbear that I requested, but made another deal for more money, and took him out of the town quickly before my men could catch them. So heading north.
What if we were to track down the owlbear you were supposed to buy as well?
Full-grown owlbear? If you can bring it back alive, that's 15,000 gold on the black market here.
I have my way with animals. They're friends of mine, so you never know.
I wish you luck with that.
Have my way with animals.
That was poorly worded, but that was great.
Yes, it
I'm sorry.
was.
You smiled, I win.
Ew. No. Yes, a baby like that you can. Baby like what you have that you can put on display more easily. That is worth more than gold around here, especially for the upper class.
Well, I think I'm willing to do this, but not for 1,000 gold and be on my way. I have something else in mind. A reciprocal business transaction, you might say.
I am all ears, actually.
We haven't been in town long, but I've already heard stories of some of these high stakes poker games that the upper classes in this town like to play from time to time.
Yes, they are known to exist.
That's my price.
You want me to stake you one night? Is that it?
I want you to stake me one night. That's it.
Knowing how much money flows at those games, I will make that on one condition. If you actually make money, I get 10%.
Deal.
We still get the money, right?
Certainly, I assumed that was where his 1,000 gold was going to go. Plus the extra needed to get him to the door. Or at the table, rather. And I assume even with that being said, you still want your 150 for travel?
That would be very helpful if you don't mind.
Of course. It is a shame about the animal, but I am glad we can come to an agreement on this other offer. The associate's now counting out gold coins and putting them in pouches. I will say, if you encounter a member of the Brotherhood, tell them obviously as little as possible about our little arrangement, but I assume that would go without saying. But since you're new in town, I figured I needed to say it.
Good to know.
I also figured since you're new in town, if there's anything else I can be of assistance with, given our new business arrangements, now would be the time.
When we return, what's the best way to contact you again?
Oh, that is the other thing I forgot. And kind of snaps, and the other associate goes up the stairs. I do have a way of contacting me. Just give him 1 minute. Are you almost done? Hands you guys each a coin bag, 150 pieces of gold in it. You can add your inventory. Give me 1 second. I don't remember what this looks like. It's this kind of associate hands it to him, and then he'll hand it to Fair since you asked. It's this tiny green rock about this big with a face carved in it. That would be a sending stone. So if you encounter any difficulties in your journey, you can contact me with it as well, or just use it when you're back. Whatever you need.
Is it Liren's face carved in the stone?
No, it's just
Okay.
it's a fairly nondescript face.
Okay. All right. Thank
That's
you.
not fun.
Of course.
I suppose my only question is why us and why this way? You just saw us on the street and you liked the cut of our jib and you decided to have your men kidnap us?
I have people that are on the
Because
streets that sell me information. They saw new blood in town. Saw you looked to be an adventuring outfit based off of your arrival on horses and with cuts, and seeing as these people literally just screwed me yesterday, I figured you'd be on your way out of town soon enough and probably heading north anyway. So you'd probably be more likely to accept the offer than some of the other people that only operate within the city.
Oh, good. So the poachers you're looking for just left yesterday, so they couldn't have gotten too far.
Correct.
I suppose we should get a move on then.
Plus is the owlbear, which is interesting enough by itself to invite a conversation with you all.
And what about the bottle of wine?
Oh, yes. And he reaches over behind the barrel. There's a rack of wine bottles that seem to match and hand it over, and it's very dusty.
Later, Amherst will partake. I'll put it in my backpack.
That is elven wine. Be very, very careful.
Ah, my
Thank
favorite.
you. I haven't had any of that in a long time.
But to answer your question plainly, pretty much just that. A matter of convenience.
Oh, understood, but in the future, a simple conversation would have done it. The, the kidnapping may not have been necessary. We got worried for a minute there.
That's why I do it, to throw people off of their guard before they talk to me.
Well, it's just a good thing no one got hurt.
Of course. That would have been awful. I really am curious now about how you got the owlbear, especially a baby. Seeing as they are hard to come by.
Apparently not if you know where to look, or in our case, listen.
Fascinating. Anyway, if you have any more need to contact me before you leave town, use the stone. Yes. And I look forward to hearing from you shortly.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Good luck.
Can we go back downstairs or go out the front door?
Um, Actually, this is a very good question. God's is a cellar door, actually. Now that I think about it, probably the least conspicuous option. And on the other side of the cellar from the door, there's a wider wooden ladder and like the double doors for like the cellars. Like, have you ever been to like, well, you live in DC, so you've probably seen them on like restaurants and stuff when they have like the basement. They need to those type of doors
Yeah.
open up. Behind his house.
One other request, if you don't mind.
Yes.
We stayed last night at the Roaring Boar Tavern. I'm sure you
Yes.
know it.
I've heard of it, never
Uh,
been there.
in addition to our horses, um, we also have a wagon there, a wagon full of knickknacks and items that, well, we don't know who they belong to.
Okay.
We were planning on trying to fence them while we were in town here.
Fairly easy to accomplish in the trade district. Not too many people ask questions.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, uh, send one of your men or something, if you wouldn't mind taking possession of that wagon and just keeping it here for safekeeping while we're gone, we'd
Certainly.
appreciate it. Or if you'd even just like to fence the items and give us the proceeds when we
I
return,
have been
that would
known
be
to do that.
helpful as well.
My fee is 5% if that's acceptable with you all.
I'm not sure how valuable anything in there is. 5% seems fine.
Okay.
Just to have that.
I will also say now as you are across the river, there are much better accommodation options available.
I'm sure. I think we hope to sample some of them when we come back with your poachers.
Yes. The hunters are becoming so hunted. It's funny almost.
So, Dietrich, I suppose you'll get to hunt your most dangerous game after all.
Man,
It's a really good book, though.
The poachers will be poached.
Yes, of course, we can stow Zakati at the house in one of the... Or out at the farmhouse if it's less conspicuous, of course.
oh, we very much appreciate it.
Of course. Was that? See you all soon. He'll go back up the stairs into his house.
What time is it?
Game
Afternoon.
time.
Afternoon. Now, because you guys went down at like 10 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, you're up in the East District. Gated yards. Much taller, extremely well built and well decorated houses. When you come out of the alley from behind his house where the cellar doors are.
Should we head back and get our horses and then head north?
We should if we want to catch them.
Yeah, might as well. It seems like
Yeah,
the
if we
sooner
wanna
we
catch
leave,
'em.
the better.
Okay.
Back to Fairy Town.
There are no fairies.
That
Here.
you know
Depends on
of.
what fairies you're looking for.
Boo.
Look, there are a bunch of gay fey creatures who take your boat across the river. It's a fairy town in 3 different ways.
Listen, it's a good joke. Actually, it
No,
wasn't
that's
that good
it's
of
a
a joke,
great joke even.
but I need you to stop. Okay. So you guys get the horses and head out of town?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
Easy enough to do. Is there anything else you all want to do in town before you leave?
Well, I assume we'll be back.
Yep.
So
I
Hopefully
wouldn't mind
rather
some
quickly.
lunch. I wouldn't mind some lunch before we leave.
More time for
I
them to
mean-
get ahead.
you have rations.
True. Maybe I'll find some fungus on the way.
If you guys are heading out of town, and somebody roll for the travel day. Who's
Please
not Lenny.
I rolled 12.
Yeah, whenever I roll for the travel day, we find a goddamn dragon or something.
Or a random encounter that wasn't really
Think of
random.
how
A random dragon.
Think of how much Liren would pay us for a dragon, though.
We'd have to seduce the dragon, though.
Darn, we don't have a bard anymore.
Roll another d20, please.
11.
Okay. Cool. It's a moderate day here as you guys are getting closer to the equator. It feels less fall and more like this place is probably like 70 degrees, 70 to 90 degrees year round kind of area. As you all head out of town this afternoon, heading north, I assume along the coast road towards Rustport?
That's not a bad temperature.
So by north, you mean like that road that goes up by number 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when it goes out of town, there it splits just off of that map, and one goes. There's only one that goes north. The other one goes towards what would be the Elven Kingdom of Linnaeus from Code Verte.
Ah, I see. Okay. So
It splits. So it goes along.
Or-
One goes
or-
along the water.
one goes
East.
along the water toward Rustport, and the other goes inland toward Linnaeus.
Yep. Cool.
Is it sunny out?
Yes, it is, unfortunately.
Ugh.
11 is no cloud. There's no cloud cover.
All right, Fair's wearing their hat with the veil down to help shade their eyes.
But it's a dry heat.
Not
No,
that
it's
hot
actually
though.
it's actually not. It's a coastal heat. It sucks.
So do we know which direction
Yeah, it's not that hard to figure
they
out. Specifically because I think Farzu has looked at a world map
Yes.
several times and has keen mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. I mean, like, do we know which direction they went?
They were headed north out of town from what he told you.
Right. So at this fork in the road, do we know? Can we figure out which direction they went? Is my question.
Oh, that is true. Make a history check, Dietrich.
Can I assist on that?
Yeah, you can.
I assist you.
So
Oh,
I get advantage.
yes.
I have a +8 in it, so
Yeah, you
Alright,
got it to roll.
alright. So I've got a 13
Okay.
total.
You lived on this side of the world for a while in Roguewater. Even though Rustport is primarily gnomes and dwarves, they are about as eccentric as the people in Roguewater. If you wanted
Mhm.
to pawn off an owlbear that you couldn't pawn off in Roguewater or Cot Verte, Rustport.
And would I also not think there'd be much reason for poachers trying to pawn an owlbear to go to an elven city?
Typically, elves do not have menageries. They typically respect things in the wild, so yeah, probably.
Even I could have told him that.
True.
Yeah, I think Rustport it is. I don't see any reason why they'd go to Linnaeus.
They wouldn't.
unless they were going past it.
Yeah, but they don't really want to travel too far with a
Yeah,
live owlbear.
Yeah,
but do you know what's past Linnaeus though, Farzu? It's that mountain stronghold where we all met.
Yeah. True.
I don't think they'd be going there either.
Okay. You guys travel
Yeah.
until sundown, I assume?
Yeah, just try to keep up the pace as much as we can and see if we see any sign of them.
Okay.
do we pass any other travelers like going the other way, or do we see anyone else?
Seems to be the road seems traveled, but you don't come across anybody.
Okay.
Also, somebody who's proficient in it can make a survival check too.
Yeah, I'll do it.
I rolled. That would be a 28.
Okay. There are several ruts of carts. Seeing as they probably have a full-size owlbear in said cart, they're probably running it in these tracks. Like, they would not be running roughshod on some other type of road.
About how far are we from Rustport?
You guys would be another... You'd get in tomorrow night.
Okay.
Or late tomorrow afternoon.
So it's like about a 1 day
Yeah.
trip. So we will have to stop and camp at some point.
Yeah. Tonight you will have to stop and camp at some point.
Are we in the cart?
No, you guys left the cart.
We should have taken the cart.
Well, it's full of stuff.
Yeah, like I don't think
That's
we-
why I was asking. I didn't know if we unloaded it and decided to take it with us or just handed it off.
Right
for
now,
him
we
to
don't really
combine.
have anything to carry in it, so
and
can
we
just
want to be
take
able to
their cart.
move. We want to be able to move quickly. Which,
But
like, if we're all on horseback and they have a cart, we can move faster than they can.
yeah,
Yes.
well, I was asking.
Yeah.
Math and thing.
And then after we kill them, we can take their cart and bring it back if we want.
Yeah.
Ideally.
Bigger
Be a
cart.
convenient way to store their heads.
And the
And
owlbear that we're
And the
bringing with us.
owlbear, hopefully.
Or the
They
other
haven't
body
they haven't
parts.
sold it yet.
Okay.
Cut other stuff off.
You guys stopping at sundown?
Yeah, I suppose we should. I just I I I think we should just go as fast as possible until then.
Alrighty.
Would it be a bad idea to go throughout the night?
Then we'd all be exhausted. If we caught up to them, we wouldn't be at peak performance to overtake them.
Well, one point of exhaustion is just disadvantage on ability checks, which we could deal with that, I suppose. The danger is just like if you get another point, you're just fucked. Right.
Yeah, I think we should stop and sleep.
Okay. You guys can set up camp and just off the trail.
Tiny hut?
Yep. Tell me where to set up camp, and I will cast the tiny hut.
Okay. And then Bear and Emerus going to do their 4-on 4-off for watch.
Yeah,
Can I take second?
you always do. All yours.
This is true. So both of y'all can make perception checks for me.
All right, before we do that,
Yes.
as we settle down to bed, I I like to ask Farzu a question.
Ask.
You mentioned before that you blame yourself for your wife's death.
Yes.
Does that mean you blame Nymeria and me for Lucius's death?
No.
Well, how is it different?
I was there too.
Right, but we weren't. That's my point.
How could have you guys known that that would have happened? Huh.
Exactly, Farzu. How could you have known that that would happen to your wife? It's not your fault, any more than Lucius's death was my fault. There's no way of knowing that any of that would happen.
I should have known because it was getting close to her due date. And I should have maybe not taken on so much to where I wasn't able to get back to her in time.
It's not your fault.
Mm, maybe one day I won't think of it as my fault. But still kind of feels like it because I put something above her, I guess.
What what do you think you could have done to stop it had you been there?
I don't know. Could have maybe tried to use my magic to heal her. Or maybe I could have been there to soothe her. So that she wasn't alone.
But you said she was murdered.
No.
No? I'm sorry. Above game, I'm misremembering. Uh,
No, she died in childbirth.
oh, okay.
Something happened before she gave birth and
Okay.
died.
Thank you, because I misremembered and thought you said that too. Ugh.
Yeah, because I thought we had that whole conversation before about like she was murdered, but I don't want to know who did it. I'm like, but why though? Don't you want revenge?
No, she died in childbirth. I
Okay.
don't know how she died because she was healthy and yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
That's why Farzu thinks it's his fault because she was alone, and if she wasn't alone, maybe he could have helped her.
Farzo alone or not, that happens to people every day. No matter who they are, no matter elf or human or halfling or tiefling, it's not your fault.
It happened once, and it was my accident.
Farzu, it's not your fault.
And he'll get quite quiet and look quite distant at this point. Not knowing how to make himself feel like it wasn't.
Sort of thing is usually random and senseless. It doesn't care, and it's easy to blame yourself because it gives you an explanation. You have control over yourself. You don't need to do that. Sometimes these things just happen.
Creating a reason for this other than just happening will drive you to madness, Farzu.
I think that's why I've been traveling for so long. This is the first time I've in 2 years that I've felt like I belong anywhere.
Farzu, you're a good person.
I try to be.
A good person in a very cruel, very chaotic world. And if you start blaming yourself for every random, senseless, vindictive event that happens in your life, you'll never get anywhere.
That's true.
This didn't happen because of you. This happened because the world is a cruel place. Terrible things happen to hundreds of people every day for no apparent reason. It's not your fault.
At this point, he'll probably kind of slope on the floor, sitting down, petting Nibbles. Quietly saying it's not your fault. Barely under a whisper to try to make himself believe it. Saying they're right. As small tears roll down his face. He'll be like, okay, okay.
Dietrich will just pull Farzu into a bear hug when he's ready.
Now, are you standing or are you going to kneel down? Because Farshu's sitting, petting.
Oh, we're in
animals.
the tiny hut. I imagine we're all sitting.
Now, by that, is Nymeria and Fair able to piece things together?
I mean, it is 10 feet tall inside the tiny hut at its apex.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it's 10 feet. It's 10 feet high and 10 feet around.
I imagine it like we're glamping.
Nah, it's a 10 by it's a 10-foot radius. So
Well, it's like a dome, right? So it's 10 feet high in the
Yeah.
middle. So you might have to sit around the edges, but
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's big. It's bigger than you think it is.
Like the TARDIS.
Yeah,
not actually that tiny.
yeah,
Moderately sized hut.
yep. Just doesn't sound as good as the spell name.
Can we change the spell name in D&D Beyond?
Absolutely. Do you want me to?
Leoman's moderately
Moderately
sized
sized
hut, or Leoman's actually pretty big hut.
Yeah.
2-bedroom, 1 bath. Not that big. Farah will like retreat to their bedroll and just sort of curl up with one of the books and just mutter like, "You have to save your self-loathing for the things that really matter."
Nymeria goes to lay down and she grabs Ollie and she whispers, "So does that mean Mother's death was my fault?" To Ollie and nobody else.
Do any of us hear?
I'm trying to make it so you don't, but you can try, you sneaky bastard.
Do you want to roll a stealth check?
Yeah, I was gonna say roll a stealth. Roll a
Roll
stealth check.
perception.
You're whispering. Roll with advantage.
That's probably for the best because I've got advantage in perception.
That's true.
Although, no, I'll say I'm not holding my shield right now because we're in the
Yeah.
hut. So I'll just roll straight.
19 for stealth.
16 for perception. Your secret is safe.
From the perception gods. I'll fucking hear everything.
Ollie is thinking in his head, "Your secret is safe with my indifference."
Ollie just kind of like starts pecking your hand again.
Yeah, yeah,
That checks out.
that tracks.
That's what owlbears do.
But replying to Fair, I'll just say, like, to be honest, I never really saw the point of self-loathing at all.
This chat just pointed out. So you're telling me Ollie is Hey Hey from Moana?
Pretty much, yeah.
Except he's not played by Juilliard graduate Alan Tudyk. I man went to Juilliard to learn how to do chicken noises.
You do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. I was gonna say nobody has anything else. I do need the perception checks.
Yeah, sorry. Do
You're
your
good.
perception check.
You're good.
I rolled a nat 20 for a 27.
Cool.
I rolled a nat 20 for a 24.
Damn. See previous comments about perception gods.
Sorry, I wasn't expecting that
You
question to turn into a whole group therapy session with Farzu.
trying to make me cry, mother trucker.
Yeah, no, I was trying to do Robin Williams from Good Will Hunting. Just keeps repeating "It's not your fault" over and over again until he starts crying.
Yeah. It's a good thing though.
Great movie.
Great movie. So yeah, it's pretty much like most of your nights camping. There's some things that, because it's a magical barrier, are interested but don't necessarily get close, so you can't really see them out of the hut. But you can hear them. Nothing too big, though. Okay. As you all can hit your long rest buttons if you need to for any reason.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch up a couple of my spells while I'm thinking of it.
Me. I'm a wizard. I get to switch up my spells.
I switched up a few as well.
Technically,
Y'all
I could do that too.
spell preparing, mother truckers. So that I know what you guys wake up to. Can somebody roll for the weather for today?
I'm gonna take a cleric level next level just so I can pick a spell every now and then. Look at me. Look at me.
Oh. Have we talked about the theory that only wizards would know what their spells are actually named?
Yeah, you told us about
That's a
that.
good one. So Meg's rolled. Lenny has excused himself from rolling temporarily.
For at least another couple months.
Who's gonna roll? Who's gonna roll for weather today? Don't make me roll my shiny pink die. It's very shiny.
I'll do it.
Okay.
D20.
Yes, a d20, please.
No, I just rolled a 20.
Oh, that works. It's probably really bad.
Oh god damn it, it's a dragon.
I need 2 more d20 rolls, please.
Oh
Two.
god. It's probably how many dragons?
No, that'd be a d4, but that's besides the point.
9 and an 11.
I like how you roll a nat 20, which is 2 additional weather effects, and then you roll none and none.
Really?
Yes.
The weather today is a blank void.
The weather today is dragons.
However,
European dragons.
as you all wake up in the morning, it is already hotter than it was when you all went to bed.
Gross.
A warm breeze from the coast has blown in.
This is disgusting already, I've decided.
Is it
It's-
moist or dry?
It's moist,
It's
and it's
moist.
probably going to be 90 to 100
Oh.
degrees, judging by the temperature it is now. Also, can we not say the M word for Meg's sake?
Why not? It's fun.
Moisture?
Stop.
I hate you all.
Yeah,
to
but
see
it's
you make
probably
I
going
said
to
a
be...
weather.
Dad.
I
It's
said
going
a
to be
weather term
90
that
to
time.
100 degrees, and this heat wave has died over top of you as there's no rain and there's no wind.
Puppy!
Pepper.
What's Puppy's name again?
Baron.
Hopefully we don't
Aw.
get cabin fever.
I get
Oh, wait, we're
puppies
not
when
on
I'm
the
at mom
ocean.
and
We've
dad's.
got cabin fever. We've simply gone insane. We've got cabin fever. It's driving us insane. I love that movie.
It's tough because Lenny would absolutely hate this weather, but I think Dietrich loves it. He's
For-
fine.
For Dietrich, probably
Resi-
90 feels like 70 anyway. With the resistance to
Tiefling-
heat. Yeah.
Tiefling resistance to fire damage. Oh, it feels like the ninth circle of hell right now. Perfect. Let's go.
The Ninth Circle of Hell is actually very, very cold, but
Fair.
no,
No,
that's
What?
fair.
That's fair.
I'm gonna start instead of saying the word fair, I'm gonna start just saying like
Okay.
Nymeria. Emrys. Yeah.
Just start using everybody's name interchangeably for the word fair.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, definitely
Farsi.
gross. Definitely going to be a gross day as you guys head out. Nymeria and Emrys make survival. You guys have who has proficiency in survival? Just you two?
I have it as well.
Then you can roll as well, sir.
21.
Okay.
18.
19.
Parzu. You notice a couple hours after you guys leave the clearing where you made camp the previous evening. Riding along on your pony, you notice cart tracks similar to the ones where you guys met Ollie coming out of the woods from the right-hand side.
Can I investigate that real quick?
If the whole party wants to stop, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Does it
they
seem like?
go
Does it
ahead
seem
and
like? Do we think they're in there now, or does it seem like they were in there recently and kept on going north?
You knew it was rainy when you guys got to town, which would be the day they left Cod Verde. These are muddy tracks, but it has since dried. Like, there is dirt that should not be in there except for cart wheel marks where it has dried. So, passive insight is 16. You and Nymerian bars you could probably put together that they probably would not still be up there.
I'd say that was them, but I don't. These are dried. I don't think they'd still be up there.
are there hoof prints?
Yeah, from the cart, from the horses pulling the cart, yeah.
Which way are they facing?
They're heading up towards Rustport.
Okay,
They
so
came
they're
out
heading.
of, yeah.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
clearly they came
Yeah.
out. So
Yeah, they clearly
We're not
stopped
people.
here to do something in the woods, and then came out and continued on toward Rustport. So if we keep going, we're probably not as far behind them as we thought we might be.
I was gonna say the cart tracks lead into the back up into the woods, but as well.
Do we want to take a few minutes to investigate their camp scene?
Couldn't hurt. As long as we can do it quickly.
I guess follow the cart tracks into the woods, see where they go
Okay.
or where they came from.
Yep. It leads up just about 15 feet into the woods where they stop, and there is a clearly not well organized, dried out, charred hole where a campfire was. Little tiny pieces of scrap metal and rope around, like they were repairing equipment or something.
Mm-hmm.
No feathers or anything that you would see with your passive of 23. So you don't know if they still have the owlbear with them or not. But judging by how deep the cart tracks are in the mud, there is something heavy in the cart.
Okay. And let's see, we were looking for, it was 5 people.
Mm-hmm.
Does it look like there were 5 people here?
Judging by you can't really tell footprints apart because it was muddy when they were here. there are footprints. There's enough of them that maybe.
Okay. All right, so there's no reason to think that this isn't the right people, though. I guess just give the camp like a once over and see if there's anything interesting.
You pretty much get all of it with a 23.
Okay.
I forgot you had that as a passive.
All right, so I guess we can head back to the road,
And
relay my findings to the others, and we can keep going. I'm satisfied.
Okay. You guys can head back out down the trail and heading into Rustport. Judging by your travel speed, y'all get in after a nice sweaty day of travel right as the sun is setting, so 6:40-ish Farzu.
6:40.
And that is what we'll pick up after break. So you guys the city map. We'll see you guys back here in a few minutes.
you love me.
We were gonna get a good moment out of it. So.
And we're back. Hi.
Hi.
How's everybody doing? Do you all arrive in Rustport? What would you all like to do?
You said it's evening when we get here?
Yeah, it is dusk as you all arrive.
Okay.
And is this like I'm not sure how much I would know about Rustport. Is this a place where like let's say hypothetically you could just buy and sell an owlbear out in the open?
You'd be
Like is
more
there
likely to buy and sell an owlbear out in the open here than anywhere else.
that's kind of what I was thinking. Like, should we
Yeah.
just head toward the trade district and just see like anybody
Yeah.
sell
The
an
owlbear
owlbear?
shop.
Also, a
Yeah.
point, a
Owlbear
point on the
store.
map because of the limitations of the city generator. I couldn't do this, but the
Yeah.
map is not accurate according to the northeast south thing. The map is like at like a 70-degree angle,
Mm.
if that makes sense.
70
Oh
degrees which
yeah,
direction?
I
Yeah,
see.
yeah. If
On
you,
the
you
world
can
on
you
the
can
world map.
orient it to the world
Oh,
map
okay.
a little bit.
And so which
Yeah,
direction
so
are
it's
we coming
like
in?
You guys are coming up. You guys arrive at the trade district.
so we still arrive at 6. That's
Yeah,
accurate. It's just like the
correct.
whole thing is kind of like
It's just
rotated.
turned like that.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we might as well ask around in the trade district if we can in not too much time.
As you all arrive at the trade district, it is an absolute scene. The city is primarily gnomes and dwarves. That is primarily the residents that live here. However, everything outside of what would be their own private community, which is Sunrise Bank for the gnomes and then the villages for the dwarves, is built to normal human size because they do get taller visitors. So there are humans and tieflings and elves and like Loxodon and things around
Any
as
deep
well.
gnomes?
You would probably spot a couple wandering around in the city eventually. The trade district is, and that is the entire trade district that goes up and kind of wraps around the docks too. It's just an absolute like shit show, for lack of a better descriptor. They are like hawking, fish out in the open. People selling what they're claiming are dragon eggs on signs in their shop windows. It is a free for all is the best way to describe this.
Any place selling like exotic pets
Yes, the
or
places that are claiming they're selling
animal
dragon
dealers?
eggs are absolutely the giveaway. There are pet shops that do claim they sell dragon eggs and other exotic animals.
Do we hear any owlbear sounds?
There is too much other noise for even like Dietrich or Fair to pick up on that specific sound with how much is going on in the market.
Could I try with my exceptional hearing, or is it still too much?
It would probably still be too much.
Okay.
Can I just stop in and ask at like one of these exotic animal shops?
Yeah, as you walk in, make a perception check for me.
Uh passive,
Okay. 21.
which is a 21.
It's it's a it's a mess. You walk into the shop and they're like dragon eggs and they have them like near the front of the store for people to see, and it's clearly real world like an ostrich egg. They have somehow attached things to make it look scaled and painted it.
Sure.
They're selling. You see a sign for Owlbear cubs, which makes you think you're in the right place, and it's painted puppies.
Hmm.
So as you're walking in, you're like, I don't.
Yeah.
Like, is this the right place
The
to?
place is clearly a scam.
Mm-hmm. And a little tiny gnome there in the back of the store, just chilling on like a stool behind the counter.
Good evening, friend.
Hello there. What can I do for you?
Well, I was wondering if you could help me. I heard a rumor.
Those are fun. Don't know what it has to do with my exotic pet store.
Well, it's a rumor that concerns an exotic pet.
Yeah, right.
I heard that some folks were in here probably yesterday or possibly earlier this morning, selling an adult owlbear,
Ah,
fully grown one.
that is interesting. I only sell the babies here.
But you didn't see these folks
I
pass through
I didn't, but come to think of it, I did hear something about an adult owlbear.
What did you hear?
And he kind of puts his hand out on the counter.
Slide a gold piece across.
Slides it into his other palm. Some folks came and asked me if I knew anything about an owlbear at the docks this morning, but I had no idea what they were on about.
An owlbear at the docks.
Yeah.
All right. Can I insight check him just
Go
to
for
see
it.
if he's completely bullshitting me, which I think it's possible? Yeah. No, it's just gonna be passive 16.
Yeah, I told the authorities I had nothing to do with that one, so we can't deal in full size here because they're dangerous or something or other. I don't really get it, but I play within the rules for the most part.
Authorities.
So you're saying that if someone did come through here with an adult owlbear, they definitely didn't sell it in the trade district?
Oh no, they most definitely sold it within the city somewhere. I just had nothing to do with it.
Understood.
It's and it kind of against the rules, in air quotes it.
Sure. I'm familiar with the respect we all have for rules in this part of the world.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to locate this creature and the poachers who brought him in.
Oh, he was poached. He wasn't raised. Interesting.
Oh,
She, she was poached.
Wow.
well, thanks for your help. We'll ask at a few more places.
Of course.
Say, before we leave, are there any magic shops here you'd recommend for spell reagents for the arcane caster?
You know what? God's honest truth. I would not touch magic shops here in this city with a 10-foot pole.
Because they're explosive or because they're bullshit?
My store is more legitimate than most of those places.
Ah, I see. Well,
I just laugh as he
good
says
bit of
that
advice,
place.
actually. Thank you.
Not a very good con man. It's like, look, I'm running a con, but
Make an insight check.
Compared to their con, my con is not con.
What was it?
Me make an insight check?
What was it,
yeah,
Dietrich?
I'm just passive 16 again.
Okay. On his
I keep rolling
16,
low.
his eyes got a little wide when he saw Ollie and realized there is no way he's selling any of his fake bullshit pets to you all, and just dropped the pretense.
Sure.
Good.
Just like, yeah,
man.
nope, these are not tourists and not locals. Shit ain't
Hey, look.
happening. Shit ain't happening
Hey,
with these guys.
Hey, Ollie was useful for something. That's awesome.
You're welcome.
We never would have known that they were puppies without him.
Impossible to tell.
Impossible.
Impossible.
Ha!
Puns.
I can barely handle this right now.
But yeah. Since you seem like folks that
I
might
got
make
it.
trouble over being sold crap, I won't lie to you about that one.
Well, thanks for the info.
Absolutely.
Ollie want to do a little turnaround to give you a look to give any ideas for improving your owlbear selection.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna buy bigger puppies next time.
Does he not inquire about him?
I mean, you don't know.
Are there other like exotic animal dealers in the trade district that we can ask around at, or just we
There
should just
seems
go
to
to the
be a
docks
couple
and
more like reputable places that seem to be advertising like dogs, cats, and like rabbits,
Mhm.
snakes, but not
But like
really anything that deals with
no,
exotics.
yeah. I think 'cause you said we're right by the docks.
Yeah, the trade district, if you look in the map, wraps around. Like
Yeah.
the south docks are kind of encompassed by the
So
trade district.
it's maybe what, like 7 p.m. at this point
Mm-hmm.
ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can we just ask around a little bit at the docks and
Okay. It's not hard to find a dock worker or somebody who looks semi-official down by the docks. Kind of sees you guys wandering around, looking around.
hey there.
I was about to say, hey to y'all. Um, y'all look like you're looking for something, which is usually not a good sign.
Well, we heard a rumor.
I do not deal in rumors or fabrications. Please continue.
We heard a rumor about a particular exotic creature that was delivered to these docks at some point in the last 24 hours or so, either last night or this morning.
I do not know anything of the sort.
Insight check?
Go for it.
Massive 16.
He is rolled a 7 for a 7. He is. You get the idea that he knows something, but he doesn't want to say it with the tone of his voice.
I take out a gold piece and just kind of like do the
Poker chip thing.
yeah, the knuckle thing where I just flip it between my knuckles and offer it to him. It's like,
That
you sure you can't remember anything?
that is headed more in the correct direction.
Take out four more, make it five total.
Yeah, somebody said something. Takes it, holds out his hand, sucks it in his coat pocket. Yeah, there was talk about one got moved onto a ship this morning, but I was not the one on shift when it happened.
What ship?
Shift when it happened.
Oh, no. But what ship did it get loaded onto?
Again, at this current time, I do not recall.
Insight check.
No need. I'll slide him another 5. Man, I'm gonna go broke from all the bribery in this campaign.
You should just start intimidating them. Like, you can always bring out the.
I mean, that's fine. I'll use the gold. The gold does the job, but
It is a
You have a giant gun that I could just point at them.
was loaded onto a smaller 2 sail number that belongs to the Cragbreaker family.
Is it still here?
Seeing as they own several ships, and I'm not sure which of their 2 sailors it was loaded onto, I do not actually know that for real.
and how about the people who came in here selling it? Do you know where they went? They still in town?
If they did indeed sell a full-size owlbear, I imagine they will probably be getting drunk at some sort of establishment here this evening rather than traveling out to do so.
And
So,
where might we find such an establishment?
There are several bars here in South Docks. There are also bars over across the bridge in Cobbler Shade and at the North Docks. Where they went, there's half a dozen options.
What's the closest? They wouldn't go that far for a drink. I don't think, anyways.
No, I think you're right.
Give me 1 second. I still have Hot Verte opened up, not Rustport. The closest one would be the Seagull Inn.
Do you guys want to go look there?
Might as well.
You guys ain't from around here, are you? I imagine.
Maybe we are, maybe we aren't.
All right. Well, good luck.
The Seagull Inn. Huh? Makes me kind of sorry Rook's missing this.
Okay. Is that where you're all headed?
Seems most likely.
Kind of points
Guess-
up which street it is from the docks as well.
before we leave the docks, I don't know, did the name of the family he mentioned, did that mean anything to anybody? Do we know, like, what flag their ship
Cragbreaker?
might Yeah, do we know what flag their ship might be flying?
Um, I mean, above game, it sounds like a dwarvish name, but
Yeah.
in game, I'm not sure Dietrich would know that. Maybe he would. But no, I don't have any specific knowledge of any particular
Okay.
people with that name. Just sounds dwarvish.
Well, I guess he did also mention that he wasn't sure which of their two masters they put the owlbear on. So I will go check out, I guess, walk and just check out all the ships and see if there are two-masted ships, if there's like a collection of them that all seem to be from the same fleet. And if they're flying a particular flag or have some sort of insignia that I can make note of
Okay.
to see if I can try and figure out what ship we're looking for potentially.
Or if it's gone, where was it going? Or
In dock right now, there are 3 or 4 two-mast. Hold on a second. 4 two-mast ships. Their sails are currently tucked up, and they do not have a flag insignia flying on them. If you spend the 10 minutes to walk up and down the dock.
Okay. And then I guess, like, how many ships in total are there in right now?
Pretty much the entire dock is full.
Okay.
is there a record somewhere of like every of ships that have come and gone within the last day or so? Like, do
Somebody
they keep a ledger of like arrivals and departures?
somebody would probably have that, like a dockmaster.
I'm going to use my astromancy archive
Yep.
to replace one of my prepared wizard spells with locate creature.
Okay.
And then I will cast locate creature to find the nearest owlbear.
Give me a second.
The one that's strapped to.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wait
The
until
nearest adult
Nymeria's.
owlbear.
Can you specify?
Um,
You can only specify what type of creature it is.
okay, yeah. So I guess
Well,
Nymeria, if you guys want to go ahead to the inn or something and
does
take
anyone
Ollie
have
with you.
rope trick prepared? Because if someone had rope trick, you just cast that, have Nymeria go up in there, and that counts as another plane, so locate creature won't find
I also hate to
Ollie.
pull this because it is a brilliant move. But the
There's more than
boats,
10 feet of water between. It's not running water though.
it's an ocean.
Damn it.
It is
was worth a
technically
shot.
running.
It was worth a shot.
Yeah, that was great. I thought I was reading the spell. I was like, there's something weird about locate spells. What is it? And I remembered, oh yeah. I mean, waves coming in count as running water.
Fine.
You tried.
I tried.
Oh, brilliant.
You did try. That was a good move.
So he's not like in a warehouse on the docks, at least.
That is
That's
true.
like a kind
Is
of.
there one last thing I could try? So is there like it might be a long shot. So is there like some law enforcement type agency that oversees the docks?
Yes, you've talked to somebody from them.
When?
He was a dock worker. He had his
No,
outfit. Yeah.
like that was a dock. I thought the dock
No.
worker like works on a ship or something.
No,
But
like
like, is
he had
there
some
like
parchment and stuff too, yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
And was he wearing a uniform?
Like a rough uniform, not like something official, but like
Did he
had
check-
like a
Bribes.
Like a jacket on. Yeah, of course. They don't get paid enough.
Worse.
So, can I find where the dockmaster is?
Yeah. Passive perception
Okay.
21. It doesn't take you too long to find like a dinky little office underneath, like on the bottom floor of like a warehouse near the docks.
I'll cast disguise self
Okay.
and give myself like a similar jacket, similar in like the same insignia on it,
Okay.
but looking a bit more official than just a dock worker.
Yeah.
Like somebody I'm like a big shot in this law enforcement agency
Okay.
that oversees the docks, and I'm gonna walk in and ask to speak to the dockmaster. And I look I think it has to be the same size as me, so I don't think I can look like a gnome, but I guess I could look like a dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm a dwarf dock official who's
Okay.
gonna appear very official and ask to look at the ledger or the records of
Uh,
comings and goings.
you know where he is? The receptionist is like, yeah, you know where he is. He's in the office. Without even really looking up from filling out paperwork.
Good evening.
Sitting there, mug of something. You don't know what it is. Good evening. Going over like a book with a quill, lining up, making sure the lines are straight, and looking at some stuff. What?
Oh, no, I just need to take a look at your log for the last day or so.
That's what I'm finishing up. Why do somebody complain about something?
Um, that's none of your concern.
I'm the dockmaster. It is very much my concern.
Oh, just some routine checks for possible contraband.
Again, that's my responsibility, so I'm not sure why you need to look at my logs. Unless
To be
somebody
honest with
else,
you,
unless somebody else is upset that their contraband didn't get through, and then you know who to
look,
complain to.
to be honest with you, I'm not sure. Either, it's bureaucracy, everything is duplicative and redundant. I just need to take a look so I can tell my supervisor that I took a look.
Kind of
Yeah,
looks
I'll
up.
I'll make a deception check if you need me to.
Yeah, make one because he
I
kind of
can
looks.
give you a 19.
Because he kind of looks up and is like,
Dietrich, take a 19.
Okay,
you have to
so I
see.
have
You have to see him to do that, don't you?
I'm not for portent. I'm not sure you do. But
Oh, you can see.
oh, okay. So I'll roll.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. I got a 16, so that's a 28.
Okay. That's a 10. But who are you with? I'm confused.
I'm with the Port Authority, of course.
That's Oh, you must. The North Docks have an issue down here. Is that what's going on?
I don't ask questions. They just told me to come down here and take a look at the books.
Of course they fucking did. Jesus. All up in our shit. Turns the book around. Goes back to drinking.
So am I looking at like a list of ships and when they left?
Yeah,
And
so
does it say like which like does it say like Cragbreaker next to any of them, or like are like the owners of the ships listed?
in order from left to right, it would have the dock number it was in on, how many masts it has, how large the cargo hold is, reported cargo, and then owner, and then like a little tiny box to put A for arriving or D for departing.
Okay, so I'm looking for any Cragbreaker two mast that departed.
From today, there are none on that sheet.
Okay.
Still want to know what the hell their problem is with us down here.
They don't pay me enough to ask.
They don't pay any of us enough at either of them to ask. Let's be real.
Oh, ain't that the truth? All right. Come find me later on down at the Seagull. I'll buy you a beer.
If I even make it there, it's gonna be a long night.
Good luck to you.
Yeah.
I head out.
Okay.
When I get back to everyone else, drop the disguise self
Okay.
and let them know that no Cragbreaker two masters have left today. So our Owlbear is still here somewhere.
We'd be able to hear the owlbear around here. Pretty sure a creature being tied up might make some noise.
Yeah, you can make some perception checks when you guys are along the docks.
I think Nymir is the best at that one.
Yeah, I just have my passive 21, but
I do have a 19 if it makes it good for anyone.
I have 21.
Okay. $21? Cool. You do not hear anything, but it is entirely possible that they have kept the owlbear sedated, giving its size and aggressiveness, that it would probably not make noise unless somebody forgot to give it its sleeping drought or something like that. Also, seeing as you found broken bottles of chloroform when you first found their camp, likelihood goes up a little bit at that point.
mm-hmm.
So you all check in or walking around the boats trying to hear that, and then eventually Dietrich reconvenes with you all and relays what he found out.
Well, I think let's head to the Seagull if we can catch up with these poachers. Perhaps we can extract some information from them.
Sounds good. They are our
Agreed.
primary targets.
Okay. You head into the Seagull. It's for a place that's called a Seagull, and by the docks, you expected it to smell a lot worse than it does when you all first arrive. Almost like there's some magical enchantment on the place that makes it smell like fresh flowers. It's very, very weird and off-putting. There's lots of bad paintings of boats and seagulls adorning all of the walls. And behind the bar, a furbolg cleaning some mugs out.
What?
You still have Owly on, like, your front, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
What are the other? Who else is here? Is it well populated?
It is fairly crowded.
Do we see is there a group of what was it? 3 humans, a dwarf, and an elf?
Or a half-elf, he wasn't sure.
Okay. Do we see anything matching that description?
Make a perception check. And everybody can make a perception check.
Yeah. Okay.
Whoever has
Passive.
the highest,
Yep. This
Who has
pensive
the-
21 for me.
who has the highest plus to perception?
I have a
I have-
+6.
I'll give
I
you
have
a
a
19.
+7.
Whoever has the highest, I'll give a 19.
That'd be Emrys.
Yep, it would be
Emrys?
Emrys.
I got
That gives
22.
me a 26 then.
Cool.
I have 21.
Did anybody roll below a 15? Farzi, what did you roll?
I didn't roll. I rolled a 14.
14.
Can I give him guidance?
You can preeminently give him guidance before you walk into the bar. It's a little weird when you walk into a bar to touch somebody and prey on them, but yeah.
Well, I think like
You just have to
realistically,
say
like
no
if-
homo as part of the verbal component.
realistically, I think if we were walking into the bar making a perception check, you would have probably put guidance on yourself.
Yeah.
But
So everybody but Farzu, you see near the backside of the bar by the fireplace.
I'm short anyways, so
He is short too, which makes it difficult for him to see. You see a group matching the exact description. Kind of lock eyes when they see new people walk in, see the owlbear and the baby carrier, and then very clumsily, but trying to be sneaky about it, walk out the back door.
Yeah, I'm following them fast.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna go invisible and follow them faster.
yeah, I want to do the same. Go invisible.
Because I've got bonus action dash.
How far are they? How far are they from the front when we walk
And
in?
it's like a 50-foot deep building.
Okay.
Actually,
It's like that TikTok joke. So I tried speed. Did it make you smart? No, I'm dumb faster.
actually, right. I'm gonna go out the front door.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Oh, I know what you're doing.
Run around the back.
Nope.
Conjure animals in the back.
Oh, I was expecting two
Giant
giant
hawk?
eagles like 60 feet in the air.
Seagulls.
Yeah, you
Don't
could
ruin
summon.
the vibe.
Yeah.
You could summon 8 of those motherfuckers. CR zeros. No, actually, they're not
Actually-
there. CR quarters or 1/8s.
Kind of a terrifying number of seagulls.
A
Seagull,
truly
stop it
and
now.
truly impressive number of seagulls.
Who's seen Seagull? Stop it now.
Yeah, no, I've seen it.
What are you doing, Emrys? I think he's picking
Sorry, I'm
up.
looking for a CR.
For what? Seagulls?
No,
Pelican?
just let them go real fast. Till I find.
So who's dashing through the bar? Okay.
Dashing through the bar. With
Because you do have to get around patrons, so it's not really difficult terrain, but I'll say it cuts like 10 feet of movement off. So how much can you dash, Dietrich?
so my speed is 30 feet.
Yeah.
I use my action to cast invisibility on myself. Then I can move my 30
60
foot
feet.
speed normally, and then I can bonus action dash another 30 feet.
So you can get
So-
to the back door of the bar.
It's okay. I'm gonna go better too. You get to the back door, but I'm gonna step out the front door, and then
Oh.
I'm just gonna wild shape into a giant eagle and fly over the bar. I'm gonna save my other spell slots.
The back door is one of my top 3 favorite places to be. Right, and Rai's dead.
We broke him.
We broke him.
Oh, and I'm gonna try and find some shit to pick up while I'm at it too, right?
Oh my god.
Like a net.
Okay. Not in the immediate vicinity that you can see.
I will Misty Step
Okay.
and then follow, so 30 feet closer, and then move action.
And then 60, and then dash, or no?
I'll move to the door,
Okay.
and then what can I see when I reach the door?
They're running down the back alley.
Okay. Can I cast Mind Sliver on the closest one? Is he within 60 feet?
Yes.
Or Mind Spike? Mind Spike, sorry.
Yeah. So what is...
Wisdom 16.
What level is that?
Level 2.
Okay.
So you said there was a dwarf with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna swoop down and try and grab him and
Wisdom
pick him up
16,
and
right?
fly.
Yes.
That is a 10 for an 11.
Alright. So he takes 12 damage, and I will know where he is for the next hour.
Cool.
As long as he stays on this plane.
Okay.
Sorry,
As
fair.
long as he stays on this plane. Get off my plane.
Well, you didn't tell me one of these guys is Harrison Ford.
I actually have to pull up.
I guess if it were Harrison Ford, he wouldn't be stealing creatures, he would be stealing artifacts.
It belongs in a museum.
I actually have to pull up their stat block and write down some numbers. It's not expecting... I mean, I was, but I wasn't expecting shit to hit the fan this fast.
You tell us to kill them, and then we're killing them.
Yeah, that's
Right?
true.
We're following instructions.
Yeah.
We're following
like,
through
oh,
with
well.
our promises.
Plus, they very helpfully stood up and ran when they saw us. It's like, okay, I guess those are the guys. Let's go.
They didn't make it very hard on us either. Like they made it very apparent.
It was
that
14 points of damage,
they
right?
need to die.
What was
You
it?
rolled it in D&D Beyond. We got 12.
Yeah, 12.
Cool.
I swoop down and pick up the little one.
Swooping is bad.
You are a giant eagle, correct?
Yes.
Give me 1 second.
Swoop, swoop, baby.
Guys are
There it
about to
is.
have the
I'm one of the
worst
only ones
day
that
of
went
their
in my head.
lives.
Give me 1 second. I don't think
And
I
the
don't think you can.
last.
I'm just trying to make it more ironic because they're poachers, and I want to kill one of them as an animal.
Okay, so in
Karmic
order,
justice.
so
Hashtag
yeah,
justice.
you can grapple the dwarf. You can't fly with him because it has to be less than half of your carrying capacity.
That's what I was asking because I
Yeah.
didn't know the weight.
Yeah, dwarves weigh like a typical adult human, plus they probably have leather armor on, which is another 10. So they're probably close to like 200, 210, which is most of your
That's
carrying
why-
capacity as an eagle.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
Yeah, no, that was a really good question. It made me look up how carrying capacity in D&D 5th edition works, which I haven't had to do in a while.
Well, I knew I could only fly with half of it. I just didn't
Yeah.
know his actual weight with gear and all those other things on him.
Yeah.
And just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Well
dwarves
then,
are, dwarves are dense. They're very dense.
They
Yeah,
are.
they are.
Not gonna do that then. I am gonna start looking for things to drop on them then.
Okay.
If you can't find anything, there's always poop.
This is true.
Oh.
So one's
no.
mind spiked. Barzu can't make it to the door. Nymeria can. Is Nymeria doing anything?
Oh yeah, I'm taking a shot at one.
Okay.
They hold the door open. I can firebolt.
No, because you're losing 10 feet of speed getting around the patrons. So you're 10 feet shy of the door with your 50 feet of move speed.
All right, so I find whoever the last one is.
Same one that was mind spiked.
Yeah.
Cool. Also, I'd like to point out these guys have +4 to stealth and advantage. My highest roll was a 7.
So that's a 20,
Damn, dude.
22 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh, 14 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm making that a grasping arrow.
Okay. I just realized to get to the door, you had to use your action to dash.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Then I don't hit him.
Okay. You can do bonus action, though.
Bonus action. I am going to. Nope. Nope. No, I'm good.
Okay.
Did Albert make it farther?
I haven't summoned him yet,
Oh, okay.
and it's an action to summon him.
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah. Oh, I didn't realize he wasn't summoned.
Nah, I didn't summon him yet today because we didn't need him out. So
I'm getting the eagle out in a second. Oh, never mind. It's not under that. So they're running towards what appear to be running towards the docks on their go. What would you all like to do?
Do we have a map?
That's what I was just gonna say.
I have a map for the dock. I don't have a map for the streets. I also
bless you.
cannot find a giant eagle anywhere, and I don't know why I don't have it. What size is it?
Giant?
No, it's not giant. Giant eagle is not giant. It might be large, actually.
Well, giant's not a size, but
There it is.
Sorry, I was looking too.
It's large. I found it.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I do not have a map for the street, unfortunately. Yeah, but it's basically, for lack of a better word, you guys see them going left. The alley kind of goes both ways. One right up into the town, one left towards the docks. As it's mind spiked, and the guy's kind of like, what? Pauses for a second. They all bolt left down that alley towards the docks that you would see overhead. And Emrys, you would, as an eagle being up in the air like you are, you would see that the sails from like the boats and stuff in that direction and know that that's where they were headed.
well, should we chase or should we just like because Bear knows where they are because of the mind spike for the next hour?
I'm just gonna keep
Is
circling
that the way that
overhead.
works?
Yeah, let me double check. Mind spike. Yeah, concentration up to 1 hour.
So we can just like we don't have to necessarily pursue them. We can just take our time and walk toward the docks and possibly like surprise them. If that's what we want to do. Or we could just chase them down. I'm sure we'd do okay with that too.
Yeah, I'm fine either way. I don't like running in these shoes, but if I have to get my
It's like,
1,000 gold.
I've got my invisibility for up to an hour.
Okay. You guys gonna chase it, so it's gonna be on your guys' go.
I think I'm all right. Just like we'll just mosey back to the docks, and
Okay.
if Fair can direct us because they know where they are, and I'm still invisible, and then we can kind of make a plan for how we want to try to sneak up on them or something. Does someone have pass without trace?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. So you guys are gonna mosey on and track them onto the boat?
They're getting on a boat.
Getting on a boat.
Yeah, if you went down to the docks and would look where your mind spike is telling you where they are. Because it's kind of like your eyes kind of focus on where they are whenever you concentrate on it. You can kind of look directly at the person you mind spiked, and it is now on a boat on one of the docks.
I get like a little quest objective marker.
Like, not necessarily that, but definitely like a mental quest objective marker, like in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, is Fair one of those people that can actually like visualize things in 3D in their head or not?
High intelligence, probably.
Okay. Which I did not realize isn't something everybody can do.
I'll let everyone know as soon as I realize that they're getting on a boat.
Are you staying in eagle form?
I am. I'm just kind of playing surveillance above. making sure their ship doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
I'll
Are,
find
are you
out.
also able to track them from the air?
I mean, I'm following them as an eagle, so like, yeah, I can see
Okay.
where they're at.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll
I'm
let
gonna
everyone
try to.
know. Getting on a ship, I think, so they might even lead us to our secondary objective.
They might indeed.
Or they might be getting help.
Um, so when we get back to the docks, do we see them getting on this boat, or they're already on it?
They are already on it by the time you get down at the docks. If you don't like sprint after them,
Mm-hmm.
they're on.
I
the
think we'll
boat.
probably like hustle. We're just not like, right?
Yeah.
Like we're not
Yeah.
exactly gonna take our time,
You're not gonna
but we're not
sprint.
like
Yeah.
trying to kill them while they're running.
Yeah, we're not trying to do like a chase through the city streets. We're just like, okay, like they're
Mhm.
going, but we know where they're going, so
You're
let's
mall
just head
walking, not
down.
moseying.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was the best thing I could come up with in my head at the time. Yeah, that's.
But yeah, I guess I'll try to stealthily get onto the ship. About how much time do I have left on invisibility?
How long is invisibility?
An hour.
Oh, you've got 44 minutes probably.
Yeah. Lasts the same length of time as the mind spike. So
Emmer, so you're gonna circle over the ship they get on as an eagle.
I want to be high enough that they can't really tell.
It's like a couple 100 feet in the air.
Yeah, pretty high up.
Okay.
So they can't shoot you down.
Yeah, that too.
Make a perception check. And you have advantage because you are an eagle, but you use their modifier, which is +4.
It's a 16. I knew I had advantage.
They seem to be talking to each other or someone as you're circling overhead. You can't really tell.
can I tell from down on the ground
I was gonna say,
as
make
I'm like
you
sneaking onto the ship?
Sneaking onto the ship. How far are the rest of you guys behind Dietrich?
Probably pretty close behind, at least until, so I figure out what ship they got on.
Okay.
I'm following the tracking beacon known as Fair.
I don't think we could tell exactly how far behind Dietrich we are. We can't.
This
see
is
him.
true. So I'll just assume that Dietrich is walking more or less alongside us until he's not. And then we don't know.
I'm like tapping a heel on the dock like from time to time so you kind of know where I am, but like once we're up that gangplank,
Mm-hmm.
I'm silent,
All right.
hopefully.
Okay.
Yeah, so I
Make
won't stay like
a-
too far behind, but
Make a stealth check for me, please.
Okay. Is this with advantage or no? I'm never sure.
If you are invisible, you have advantage, yes.
Okay.
And they also have disadvantage to see you, which seems kind of like double dipping, but
Well, that's a 25.
okay, they cannot roll higher than a 24, so I'm not even gonna bother.
Cool.
The other individual they're talking to is an extremely well-dressed dwarf in like a 3-piece tailored suit with a nicely trimmed shorter beard. You know, dwarves normally have long beard. This one keeps his hair kind of shoulder length, beard tucked up nice, well groomed, well maintained. Looks over at you and just kind of cracks a smile and goes back to the conversation he's having with the poachers. which you tell is he's like, how do you know they know that you did this? Like, are you serious? And then you bring them right here? Like, this is... I am tired of dealing with imbeciles.
While he's saying this, while I'm hopefully out of sight of the poachers, I'm just igniting my cutlass. And the cutlass is still invisible because I'm holding it, but it is giving off a little bit of light.
He looks at you again and starts to almost laugh. Just a chuckle, and poachers are kind of like, what's so funny? Oh, I'm sure you'll find out soon enough.
Hexblade's curse on the nearest poacher,
Okay.
and yeah, LFG.
Okay.
All right,
That is with
doing my
advantage.
with advantage with booming
Yep.
blade. That is a what is my plus to hit these days? That is a 23 to hit.
Oh, that definitely hits. Question is, can it
Okay.
one shot?
So that's weapon die. Booming blade. I'll make this a maneuvering attack. And I've got sneak
While he's
attack.
calculating damage, if the rest of y'all want to roll initiative for
got
me,
flanking.
because we're gonna be here hot, man.
No, that's just 28 damage. I rolled super low.
Oh, darn. Kind of says, told you all, and then closes the door to the ship and you hear it lock Dietrich. You hear him shout from the door, idiots.
But because that was a maneuvering attack, you can move half your speed. Like with your reaction immediately, like before we roll
Yeah.
initiative, I guess.
Also, give me 1 second. There's not, for some reason, the dock piece didn't save, so give me 1 second. I'm just gonna put a red marble where the dock bridge is, so you guys know where it is on the ship. Pick it up.
Okay.
There's one over here. Alrighty, initiative order. Anybody higher than a 20? $20 to 15.
16.
15 to 10.
I got a
12?
13.
What is
13
your,
as well.
what is both of you? What is your dexterity?
16.
Mine is a 17. And I'll use my reaction to move
On
closer to the
dex?
gangplank.
Wow. Okay. So it's fair. Emrys. What did you get, Farzu?
12.
What's your
I
dex?
also got 12.
Dex for both of you?
Plus 1.
Number.
18.
13.
That's the first time I've ever had 2 three-way ties.
Three-way.
There were two-way ties.
Oh.
2 three-way ties.
Oh.
NPCs.
With the
Yeah.
Well, we're screwed.
after I attacked, I would have like stepped back from whoever I was attacking.
Yeah, that guy right there.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's Dietrich's turn at the start of initiative. Oh wait, no, that was technically a surprise round. Yeah, you get to go again.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, let's go whack him again.
Same guy.
Yep.
Cool.
This time I guess this time I don't have advantage because the invisibility dropped.
Correct.
Um,
These guys are wearing like leather armor. Like it's not.
yeah.
I'm not gonna jinx it, but their AC is not super high.
All right. Ooh, natural 20.
Oh my god.
Fuck yeah.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Overkill?
all right, we're making this another maneuvering attack. We've got double dice for the flame tongue and for sneak attack and for booming blade and for the maneuvering attack.
Big money, no whammies.
So it's all this plus 18 because of Hexblade's curse.
Plus 18. Holy shit.
4 from my charisma, 2 from the dueling fighting style, 4 from Hexblade's curse is 10, plus 8 from better criticals.
Yeah, that is true.
Is there going to be enough of this guy left to take back to the boss?
Find out.
So that's 52 on the dice. So it is 70 total.
Good God.
God dang.
How much overkill?
I wasn't expecting to crit.
Believe it or not, only 2 points.
Oh, wow. Shit. That's not a lot.
But he is in fact dead. As you stab through him.
All right. I heal from the Hexblade's curse, but I don't need to because I was full.
Fair and then Emrys, by the way.
Sorry, I will. Sorry, because that was a maneuvering attack. Fair can move, or not fair because Fair already used her reaction. Who wants? Or no, sorry, you have it back because now we're at the start of. I don't know how it works. Who wants to take their reaction to move half their speed right now?
I would love to, because I am really high in the air.
He's like 200
Go
feet
for
in
it.
the air.
And you have an 80-foot fly speed, so you get 40 feet of movement right now.
Yep.
Which would be great to come down 40 feet.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
And then I'll take
Thank you.
my movement and like run, go back and run up the stairs.
Okay.
However far 30 feet can get me. I guess I've got a bonus action dash too, so
You can, if you
I
dash,
can
you can get all the way there.
all the way up to the poop deck.
Yeah.
Poop.
But the issue would be is getting
He
back
said
next
poop.
turn to attack.
Yeah, I don't think I want to get that far back. I'll just hang out near the helm.
Okay.
Yeah, like there's good.
Cool. Fair and then Emrys.
All right. So how far am I from like the gangplank, I guess?
10, 20, 30 feet gets you there if you want it.
Okay, sure. I will move up there
Or you can
and
move,
then
or you can come up the deck and move like back away.
I'll stay a little closer.
Okay.
Let's see. Which was the one that I mind spiked?
That one.
All right, is that one of the humans?
They're all the same model, just for the sake of simplicity. But it is one
Oh,
of the
okay.
humans, yeah.
Okay.
Here, I'll make the door shorter.
All right. Oh, that's right. I can. So there's 4 left. Where is it? Slot level above second. Okay. So I would have to use. I'd have to use a 5th level spell to hold person all of them. Yeah, we'll use a 5th level spell and cast hold person on all of them. Wisdom 16.
Natural 20 for a 20.
Rude.
5 for a 6. Or sorry, 5 for a 5. 15 for a 15, which also fails, right?
Yes.
And 18 for an 18. And that paralyzes them, doesn't it?
Yes.
Oh my god.
And I will lose the mind spike, but I think we know where they are.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. So that's any attack within, like, if you make the attack within 5 feet of them, it's an auto crit.
Let me
I
double
think that's
check
what paralyze does.
Let me double check my paralyzed card.
Yeah, any
Strength
attack that hits the creature is a
within 5
crit
feet.
if the attacker's within 5 feet.
Also, just for reference for spellcasters, they auto fail strength and dexterity saving throws.
Good to know.
And also,
Fair-
any attack rolls against the creature have advantage, ranged or otherwise.
Excellent. Fair will just like flourish some of their cards at Dietrich and go, all yours.
But also they can't move and they can't do anything.
Yes, they
so
can't
like
take
we should
actions,
just
reactions, or bonus actions.
kill those other 2 guys.
Yeah.
And then we can tie these guys up and interrogate them or something
And
if we
then
want.
kill them.
And then kill them.
Well, if I could also hold them. It's hard to hold the other 2.
All right. Emrys, you're up.
Is there like part of the mast that I land on, like the core of it?
Yeah, you can land on the top of the center mast, like right there if you want to. Why?
It's
How
a
far
crow's
away
nest,
from them am
not
I?
an It's a crow's nest,
Yeah.
not
Sorry,
an
it's-
eagle's
That's
nest.
it's a crow's nest. So that would be all of your remaining 80-foot fly speed.
It's an eagle's
All
nest
right.
now.
Let's do that. And then I'm going to drop my form.
Okay.
And
Hell
how
yeah.
far away from them am I?
Like 60 feet at this point.
Great. Give me a ring that'll encircle all of them for a wall of fire.
Oh my god. Is it 15 foot?
Yep. It is up to 20 feet, but I want it to encircle all of them, and I want the fire side to be the inside, not the outside.
Because 20.
So it's not gonna. It doesn't have to be 20 feet. It can be up to
Okay, so
a
15.
ringed wall. Up to, yeah.
So 15 feet would be like that.
Yeah.
You can go
Let's.
smaller. Like,
Yeah, I can go a little bit smaller, and I can center it wherever I want. So, do a 10-foot with all of them in it.
Yeah, you do a 10-foot centered on the main guy.
Yeah, and then that's going to be the fire is going to be the inside of the wall.
You guys are gonna bake these guys on a deck of a ship?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
we are
It's
just
1
gonna-
foot thick, and it's going to be. I'm going to do it at.
We're just gonna.
Let's
Dutch
just
out
go
the
ahead and
these
fifth
motherfuckers.
level it so
Talking
that
about these war crimes.
when they end their foot within 10 feet of the side or inside the wall, they take 68.
They also can't get out of it, can they? Or can they walk through it?
I mean, they can get out of it by running through it, and then they just take 68, but then they're out of it.
So first they have to make a 68, or they have to make a Dex 18 save when it's cast, or take 68 fire damage. And then when they end their turn, or
So
when they
two-
enter.
So 2 automatically fail. Let me roll for the other 2. That's a 1 for a 5 and a 4 for an 8. So they all fail.
When they walk through the wall, they take 68, or if they end their turn on the inside, they take 68.
Yeah. Committing all these war crimes.
They fell into a burning ring of fire.
It's 32 points of damage if they failed.
They all failed, bro. Wait, 32?
32.
Okay.
I rolled very high.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna end my turn now.
Oh, Dietrich does 70 points of damage on a crit. Dietrich's so broken. I'm not sure how to balance encounters around Dietrich.
Aang proceeds to do 128 points.
Look, it was a great move.
That was fucking awesome.
So
And then
And
I'm
the
gonna look
whole
down at
person
everyone
was
before
fucking
I
awesome.
end
so
my
they're
turn.
these two on their turn are gonna fucking sprint out of it.
All right, they're gonna take 68.
I know. Oh god.
Well,
And then
they have to make
Nymeria's
dex
up.
saves. They have to make dex saves again, don't they?
No, they take the damage when they walk through the wall.
Oh, really?
I think so. Yeah, that's how it reads to me.
Yeah, it was 19 points for each of them. And I'm gonna yell down at everyone, hey, he said
A
we only
creature
had
takes
to
the
bring
same
heads
damage when
back.
it enters the wall for the first time on its turn or ends its turn there. So when they walk through the wall, they take the damage again just straight up. How much?
It was only 19.
Okay.
He only said we needed to bring their heads
Hold
back.
up.
He
I
didn't
want to
say they
calculate.
couldn't be burned.
I just want to do this because I want to see something.
He didn't
That's
say it had to be their heads.
166 points of damage.
Well, plus these other two guys are just going to take another 68 at the end of their
Nymeria,
turn
it's your
because they're
turn.
not going to do anything.
Nymeria, it's your turn.
So I can see the two that walked out of the ring of fire, right?
No, because they're still on the deck of the ship. The back is higher than where the plane is, so you can't see them yet. Oh.
Sorry. Mom had to ask me a question right then.
So you can see them when you get right there.
That works. All right.
Actually, you can only see the dwarf, by the way. The other one's blocked by the pillar right now.
Then I will hit the dwarf.
Cool.
22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
So that is 13 piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm also going to hit that with the grasping arrow.
Okay. So what's the save on that?
Well, he immediately takes 2d6 poison damage.
Yep.
So that's 5. Yeah. His speed is reduced by 10 feet, and it takes 2d6 slashing damage the first time on each time that it moves in the brambles. Until any creature uses an action to remove the brambles with an athletics DC 11. So there's no save.
Okay, I don't know why I thought there was a save.
And then I'll take my second shot at him, too.
Okay.
Dirty 20
Okay.
for another 12.
Okay. Roll your damage again, Aang, because it was their turn, but they can't do anything.
$29 for both of them.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Farzi, you're up.
I have no choice but to get closer.
10:25.
I can't see them, can I?
No, you cannot. You can dash, though.
I wonder. Yeah, why not? Let's dash.
10, 20, and 5 gets you up to the gangplank. So you can see that one right now.
So I have a bonus action, right?
Yes.
Uh, oh, I don't think I want to do that. Because Nymeria's in front of me.
Now Fair is in front of you.
Oh, Fair's in front of me.
Yeah. You're talking about Dragon's Breath?
Yeah.
You can't use it this turn anyway.
Why not?
'Cause
Bonus
it's-
action.
It's a bonus action to cast it on someone. It's an action to actually exhale it.
You put it on Nibbles. And then
Third
Nibbles takes
sentence.
this
Until the
turn.
spell ends, that creature can use an action to exhale energy of the chosen type.
Okay. I'll put it on Nibbles.
God. All right, let's break out the Nibbles mini.
Hell yeah.
Is he still a Jackacorn? Or whatever
Yep.
it is? Nice.
He hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
Alright.
He hasn't died recently.
He hasn't died recently. I am gonna get through that entire wheel of this campaign. Cool. So that's your bonus action.
Yep.
Cool. Dietrich, your turn.
Wouldn't it be Nibbles' turn?
Doesn't. Oh, well, Nibbles is technically on your shoulder, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, carrying him, I probably would have carried him up that way.
That's movement, isn't it? Okay, fine. Nibbles can move. Oh, but he doesn't have a
Nibbles
bonus action to make him do something.
You don't need a bonus action to make him do something. He has his own turn.
Oh, that's fucking right. Yeah. So what's Nibbles gonna do
Yeah,
on his turn?
he can move and then Dragon's Breath on somebody.
He's gonna kind of get within range of the other two there,
Yeah.
and yeah, Dragon's Breath. Let's go. Wait, how many different things can it be?
You had to pick when you cast it, but yeah, it's there. It's one type. I think it's acid, cold, fire, lightning,
Fire,
and
lightning,
poison.
and poison. Yeah. I think I would have done fire since there's a ring of fire.
Okay.
So
That's a Dex 14 for both of them as as this little tiny bunny with a unicorn horn just goes whoosh.
Yep. Dex 14.
That is a 16 and a dirty 20. So half.
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 Okay. So
Jess, I heard my nipples can move and I got very concerned. I was like, well then. No, nibbles. The bunny horn.
I mean, presumably they go with you wherever you do.
Yeah, right.
So I rolled
Hopefully.
17.
Oh, did you upcast it?
4th level.
Oh my
Sorry.
god. So half of 17 is 8.
Now, how long is it on Nibbles?
A minute.
So
10
How far-
rounds.
10 rounds.
And you want him to move
Yeah.
back the rest of his move speed so he's not in melee range?
Yeah.
Okay. That's as far as he
He's
can
It's,
get.
got-
it's the foulest,
He's got
cruelest, most
40 feet.
bad-tempered rodent you ever laid eyes on.
This is the rabbit that they fought in Monty Python. I'm convinced of it.
He's got
That's
40 feet
dynamite.
movement, so
Will not risk another frontal assault. That rabbit's dynamite. Dietrich, it's your turn now.
Alright. If I run around to the left and down the stairs, I think I can
10,
avoid the wall of fire.
20, 30.
The outside will not hurt you, only the inside will.
Cool.
So yeah, you can get to either of them with 30.
Alright. Which yeah, that one's fine.
Cool.
Um
They're both pretty fucked up.
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to decide if I want to Wrathful Smite. I guess I'll Wrathful Smite this guy.
Okay.
That is a 25 to hit.
Yep.
Booming Blade, another maneuvering attack.
Mm-hmm.
That's 38 total. And if he's alive, he has to make a Wisdom save.
He's not.
Okay. That is fine.
Cool.
But it was a maneuvering attack, so who wants to move half their speed as a reaction?
Barzu, Nymeria.
I think I'm good since I'm on the gangplank.
I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine where I am.
All right. Nymeria, you want?
I mean, I guess I'll take it. Because
Sure, go for it.
sure.
Okay. Let's you guys onto the dock. Onto the gangplank, too.
And I will take like 5 or no, I don't have movement or a bonus action left, so I'll stay right there.
Okay. Bear. Sure go.
Yep.
So the guy next to me is dead?
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to flip them over.
Okay. Oh, no worries.
All right, so there's just the one guy left, basically. The other guys are just cooking. They're what
They'll be done
sautéing on
roasting.
high,
roasting on an open fire while Jack Frost is nipping at their toes.
I wonder what they're going to taste like when they're all done.
Not good. I feel like they're the what is the name of that Looney Tunes character? The chicken.
Foghorn Leghorn.
Foghorn Leghorn in Space Jam Deep Fried or Extra Crispy.
I will cast Toll the Dead on him. It's a Wisdom 16.
On the dwarf?
Yeah, the one that's outside.
Yeah, you saw him run, but you have to move like 5 feet to actually see him.
Oh, okay. Oh, because the mask
is it a
is in the
saving
way.
throw?
Yeah, Wisdom 16. Oops.
Ooh. That is an 18 for an 18.
No.
No.
Oh, fuck, and it just does nothing.
Yep.
Alas. Draw my small sword and Misty Step next to him.
Okay.
Yeah, leave my book there.
Cool. Emrys.
I can see into the wall of fire. How messed up do those two look?
Really fucking messed up.
Great. The one closest to
Yeah.
Dissonant whispers.
What's the save on that?
Wisdom 18.
They're paralyzed.
No, he has to flee.
He
his
can't. No,
move
it's
speed
worthless
away
because
from me.
he can't take his reaction because he's paralyzed.
Oh, okay. Shit.
Just let him cook.
I'm just gonna let him cook. Yeah.
Oh,
Actually-
those two are gonna die. Just let them cook.
You know what would be really, really evil is thorn whipping them through the Sorry.
I got a bet.
From his
Never let a D&D.
vantage point,
Never let a D&D.
he could
DM play
if he
D&D.
thorn whips him, he can pull him 10 feet into the air, and then they take falling damage and end up prone.
I got a better one.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna use this. I'm gonna cast Blight on the one right in the middle.
Oh no.
God.
What's the save on that?
Con 18.
They're actually good at con. That's a 5 for a 9. God damn it.
It's 8d8.
If you do
So
not
bad.
kill him, I'm making you reroll.
He's got 9 hit points. You just need to not roll straight ones.
It's like straight 2s, but yeah.
33 points.
33 points. Yeah, that overkills him by 20 points of damage.
And then I'm gonna drop concentration on the wall of fire because we want one alive, and he looks real bad.
Okay.
And I can see him.
And he's still paralyzed, so
Yeah, I'm still holding him too.
Yeah, there's a reason for that.
cool.
I'll take my rope and start like binding his hands and feet while he's still paralyzed.
I still have one to kill.
Oh, we still have one to kill.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, that's true. We still have one to kill.
That is correct. Give me 1 second.
I assume he's horrified, by the way. He watched his friend roast and then die from a necrotic blight.
I don't think a 10 hits fair.
Nope.
That's a fair assumption.
He pulls this kind of like, for lack of a better word, like a bigger version of like a bead and presses it on the side and throws it out even though you're in his face, and it immediately whoops out into a net. But he threw it over your shoulder and it's kind of lands on the docks with the leaded weight behind you. I hear like one of the weights splash in the water. Shit. And he's gonna try and run at that point. So you get an opportunity attack if you want.
Sure. Uh, 23 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Oops, that's the wrong die. This one. Fuck. 4 damage. Still counts.
Every little bit helps. Cool. And then Nymeria, it's your turn.
I'll plink a shot in one that's left.
Cool.
24 to hit.
That hits.
15 piercing damage. Second shot, dirty 20 to hit.
Yeah.
And
Is it more than 4 points of
12.
damage?
12.
Cool. The dwarf who's like halfway down the docks, you just see the second arrow go into his back, and he just kind of face plants and slides down the rest of it until he's on the dock right there. So you got a paralyzed one left.
How long does hold person last?
A minute. I believe.
So we've still got like 48 seconds ish.
6 rounds, so 48 seconds? No, 36 seconds.
It has been like 2 total rounds.
Oh, I
There's
thought
no
it was
way
3.
we
I thought it was 3. Sorry. No,
Yeah.
you're right. It's 2.
I can
Yeah.
also just drop it early, right? It says concentration up to
No,
1
no.
minute.
Yeah.
I'm
no,
just saying but to keep it up for as long as possible, and then like we can like tie him up.
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah.
shit. So I'll run over there and just get out my rope and start binding his hands and feet and
Hmm.
I'm gonna start climbing down.
I'm gonna take his weapons and
Mhm.
yeah.
As you, it's easy enough for you to climb down in one turn, by the way. But you hit the bottom, that's the end of your movement. As you turn around to go tie him up, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
22.
That saves. But you immediately bend over and start just vomiting seawater that you don't know where it's coming from. And just when you think you threw it up, like you feel like your lungs and your stomach fill up again, and
Okay. Can I see where this is coming from? Because I assume it's not coming from the paralyzed guy.
it is not. You have no idea where it's coming from.
Can I continue on to
Oh
the
yeah,
paralyzed
oh yeah.
guy and
But
start
every few, yeah, it's
tying him up?
basically like once around. Yeah,
Once around,
absolutely.
I just puke.
Yeah, seawater. Like you
Am
feel
I
your
seeing
lungs and
this
your stomach fill up,
happen?
and it just comes out.
Am I seeing this happen?
Yeah,
Can I try to hear where it's coming from? Like if there's a spell being cast, can I try to hear it?
yeah. Make a perception check. But yeah, you can tie him up easily enough between that on your turn.
Natural 20 for 26.
Okay.
And as soon as the guy is tied up, I can drop concentration on the hold person and cast detect magic.
Okay.
Can I dispel the magic that's causing him to do that?
Now I need to look up detect magic real quick. At 3 feet of wood. Interesting. Okay. You do not detect anything. Nymeria. There is something odd with the wind and the waves, but you can't quite place it. Not fair or foul, but something on them. Also, the dwarf. Well, you don't know there's a dwarf. You don't know he's a dwarf because Dietrich didn't relay it. But there is somebody with some magical items on his persons in the captain's quarters. Because it does.
Yeah,
There is not 3 feet of
yeah.
wood between you.
I'm just gonna go into the captain's quarters. Like after this guy is secure, but
Okay. After the second round of throwing up salt water, it stops. You have no idea where it came from. And he's sitting there like a nice glass of some type of deep amber liquor, just sitting it there, just sipping it.
I will sheathe my sword and just kind of genuflect a little bit and say, apologies for the to do out there. Just a simple contract killing.
Understandable. Got a little hot in here, I must say. I don't really know what you want. I don't really want to know what you did with them, to be honest.
We'll be taking the bodies with us if that makes it easier for you.
It certainly makes it easier to explain it to the Port Authority in the morning. Less money I have to pay them when there's not bodies on deck.
I'm afraid we'll also be needing to take the owlbear with us.
That is
Yes, we
on.
know it's here.
It is here. It is on this ship. Unfortunately, that would not be possible, as I purchased it from these fine gentlemen.
For how much, if you don't mind me asking?
Uh, double what their former employer was going to pay them.
Insight check.
Yeah, Fair will move up to the doorway.
23.
He seems to be telling the truth.
That's quite a hefty amount from my knowledge. Where would that, transaction would have taken place? Because I don't seem to see any of that on their person.
I have no idea what they did with 30,000 gold. It could be in their cart or something. Well, it wasn't actually 30,000 gold. I paid them in platinum, but
I'm gonna follow them in and
let me guess. After they backed out of their deal, Liaren sent you here too. They killed the people who betrayed him, or rather, didn't finish a deal.
It kind of disappoints me that he's that predictable, but yes, he is that predictable.
I'm not surprised. We seem to have sort of a rivalry going on this side of the world.
look.
You
He's
also
not
have a
100.
menagerie.
I have an island.
Well, at any rate, 30,000 is more than Liaren was going to pay for it, and it's more than Liaren is paying us to take care of these gentlemen.
Hmm.
I
Help
don't
us.
I think our hands are tied here. The owlbear seems to be yours.
How much was he paying you?
1,000 each, so 5. Plus,
Look,
No,
we
he
can
was
tell him we
paying
never saw.
15,000 for the Owlbear.
Yes, it's how
yeah,
much.
5 each for the contract killer, or 1 each for
Here's a.
killing these
Oh,
5,
interesting.
and 15 for the owlbear.
I am out
But
a sum of money this evening that I will not recover. I imagine if it's in their cart, it probably was already taken by now. 300 gold each, and you never saw the owlbear?
fine by me.
I haven't seen an owlbear yet.
What owlbear?
Exactly.
There's an owlbear here.
Exactly my point. He reaches down and lifts up a plank that's a secret door container. Grabs a chest by the handle and puts it up top. Opens it up. That should be enough. Turns it around.
300 each? Yes?
Give me a second. I rolled perception.
Okay.
He rolled really bad on perception. There's actually there's actually more than that amount of gold in the chest. It's 325 a person.
Pleasure doing business.
Of course. If you're ever looking for more jobs, I'm always looking for interesting people to employ to do various and sundry things. Some legal, some in gray areas of the law.
Oh, well, we are always looking for employment, and we are very interesting and various and sundry.
Funny too, apparently.
Sometimes.
I'm amazed you all are, and you do not know who I am, do you?
I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Probably better that way, but it's Frederick Cragbreaker. That little island you can see in the distance from Rustport. That would be my family's. Yes, that whole long strip of land.
But is he talking about Jar?
No,
Or is he talking about, oh, it's like that long
that
like
long strip
strip
island. Yes,
like by the river kind of splits it. It's sort of
yes,
on like the delta.
yep.
Wow. Okay.
And that is where I have my menagerie compared to the minuscule forest my competition calls a zoo. But yes.
Well, I think you should go. You should go and visit Liaren in Cot Verte, and the two of you can have a proper rich guy dick measuring contest when you get the chance.
We do
But
from time to time. Mostly it's us hiring people and then uh, overpaying the other ones to snipe what they have acquired, as you were so rudely involved in. Although, to be fair, he kind of looks out the door to see if there are bodies on the deck. Those guys were very unreliable.
it wasn't the first time they had reneged on a deal to Liaren. I gathered this was merely the final straw.
Yes, they've done several other things. They supposedly went and found a dire wolf for him, said they would be there in a few days, and then never arrived with it.
I just kind of steal a sideways glance at Nymeria and say, like, oh, we'll have to look into that.
It must be somebody else that's building up some magical animals.
As they're all talking, I'm going through the others' pockets.
The poachers'
And look,
pockets?
Yeah. And I'll just take my leave of the office and
A
bid him a good night.
wonderful
And like
evening.
we'll mop up everything out on the deck. You won't even know we were here.
Much appreciated. 3 capture nets. Not completely destroyed by fire, 4 skinning knives. Sorry, two of them were burned. 1 capture net. The little tiny wooden ball,
sorry.
for lack of a better word, kind of like a Pokeball.
It's a
but there's
Pokeball.
button on it and it explodes out into a net.
The way you said 4 skinning knives
Yes, thank
made
you.
me think of the last bris I went to.
Oh god.
Anyway, I'm gonna focus on our still breathing friend.
That reminds me of the Community joke when Chang is a security guard and he's like, "What kind of jackass brings a knife to a bris?"
Oh no, I think it was in 20. It was in 2018 or 2019. I forget which year that was. It
Yeah.
was the summer that the movie Us came out,
Yeah.
the Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah.
And there was a Saturday. Allie and I went to a bris in the morning for my cousin had just had a baby.
Yeah.
And then that night we went to see Us, and we were
Oh,
like, "Oh my god, who would have thought that the bris would only be the second most terrifying use of scissors of the day?"
God, that movie is
It was
awful.
creepy. It was
Mo-
good. We
Eh,
liked it. It was just very creepy.
yeah, that's fair.
Anyway,
I
I'm
like
gonna
I
yeah, I'm
like Get
gonna
Out the best of the three.
oh yeah, Get Out's by far the best. But anyway, I'm gonna ask our surviving friend, where's the 3,000 platinum
We spent it.
on?
What do you think?
Any number of things you could have spent it on. That's why I'm asking.
Exactly.
It's really gone, all of it.
To my knowledge,
In,
yes.
insight check. Just passive 16.
Okay. Let's see what he rolls. Ooh. Oh, never mind. He has a +0 in charisma. That's a 15. He's probably lying.
I'll take out my cutlass again and ignite it and hold it close to his throat, not close enough to do damage.
Mhm.
Uh, and I'll say, look, it's not going to do you any good in the grave. Where's the money?
You're going to kill me if I tell you where it is or not. I'm going to make you work for it.
Ooh, he wants to be tortured?
Who said anything about killing?
I saw what you
We could
did
say
to
we didn't
everybody.
find
You can
you.
see the burn marks on his arms and stuff, and he's like, I saw what you did to me and everybody else. I know I'm as good as dead.
Hey, Dietrich,
There's a very large difference between dead and as good as dead, my friend. I can make this very, very lengthy and very, very painful, or I can end it quickly.
Dietrich, what
That
animals do you think would hurt him the most? What would you like?
I think it could just be like a dozen rats just chewing his flesh off very, very slowly.
So I'm going to use conjure animals and conjure a dozen rats.
Fair will draw one of their daggers and come over and just why not just do it ourselves?
Just
It's
a,
more fun to watch the torture happen.
I
Hands
think this
off.
is a group intimidate check of some kind.
Yeah. All three of you roll.
I already
Someone can
summoned
have a
rats.
17.
If you can give somebody a 17.
Yeah.
17.
I will
Yeah.
take
Yeah,
the
I'll
17
give
because I did
someone.
not roll
Sure.
well.
Neither did I.
Yeah, someone take a 17.
I
So
rolled a 13, but I have a ton of
18.
rats around me.
18 for me then.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a 7.
That is a 5 on the insight. Look, if
Okay.
there's he kind of like is trying to scooch away while he's tied up from the rats. If there's any, it's left in the box on the cart.
Where's the cart?
Where do you think it is?
Did we see the cart here at the docks?
It's not at the docks.
So it's back at the Seagull, I assume.
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you take a walk with us and come there?
What? So I can watch you steal my money?
No, so you can make sure that we recover our money.
Fine. As long as you put away the rats.
I'll go ahead and drop them.
Okay.
I'll sheathe my sword again. And I
I'll
guess
keep
we'll
sort of toying with the dagger.
I was gonna say, and Fair keeps their knife out.
Of course.
And I'll, I guess, make sure that we have like the head of all the other four,
Okay.
Dump him in the way.
and Dietrich will also flip 4 gold coins into the water as an offering to Umberly
Okay.
for the 4 lives that we took.
Cool.
I'm just gonna subtract those. And dispose of the rest of the bodies in whatever way is fastest.
Cool. Throwing him over the side.
Yep, probably.
Officially.
I'm just gonna open up my
Officially, though.
bag of belongings and offer it to Dietrich to put the heads in.
Put the heads in.
Jesus. Okay. Off to.
It's nothing personal. We just need the evidence.
Of course you do.
Yeah, we'll take him back to the Seagull and make him show us the cart. And how much money is left?
Um, the cart, when you get there, there is a compartment underneath the driver and passenger seat in the front that they put the coins in, and the chest of coins in. There's about 14 platinum coins left when you arrive to the already opened compartment.
$14 platinum.
So if it were in gold, it would be exactly 28. Wait, no. Yeah. 14. If it were all in gold, it would be exactly 28 gold each.
Yeah, if you guys want to add 2 platinum, 8 gold to your inventory, that's fine for that too.
Okay. Is
Um,
it, yeah, like somebody can make change and we can divvy it all out.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. 2 platinum, 8 gold.
Yeah.
I just want to know what they spent it all on.
Yeah.
As you guys are
Whiskey,
looking around,
women.
Dietrich, Fair, and Emrys, you would notice, actually Nymeria too, there is a lot of dust and a lot of footprints in this stable. Like, way more than there are horses.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the
I'm
guy,
assuming like people footprints or
like
horse
people
footprints. Okay, like recent.
Yeah, very recent.
Okay,
Like someone was in here and took
Took
what was
it.
left. And
You fucking blabbed about it and bragged about it last night. Son of a bitch.
tough luck for you.
Yep.
Well, you've been very cooperative, my friend. Well, I'll give you 2 choices.
Okay.
I can kill you swiftly now, painlessly,
Yep.
or you can come with us in the cart back to Cot Verte and you can explain yourself to your former employer, who will then, I'm sure, kill you himself.
I have a third option, Dietrich.
I don't want to be cut up and fed to pigs, to be completely honest.
He said we needed evidence that he was dead. a hand can work too. And then he can go on his merry way to never be seen again.
No.
What?
We agreed to kill him. We're not letting him go.
Our
With you
contract
all,
was
we
for,
have to kill everyone we find. I understand.
our contract was for death, and death is the payment.
You can see Namiria's kind of like snarling a little bit and maybe like starting to foam at the mouth a little bit. She's like, "We're killing him."
I suppose if we want a third option, the third option would be we
When you start
lock you in a room.
foaming at
We
the
lock
mouth,
you in a room. Yeah, I suppose the third option would be we put you in a room with Nymeria and lock the door behind us.
when Nymeria starts foaming at the mouth, the eyes get really, really big, and he goes, "Oh shit."
Fair will take the dagger by the blade and hand it like handle first to Nymeria. If you would like to
I
do the
actually think
honors.
I actually think that's the best option, but I'm gonna step away for this. I'm gonna step out the stable at this point.
I appreciate the offer, Fair, but I think these will do.
Oh, even better. This I want to see.
Will somebody take this off of me, please?
What are you pointing
Ollie.
to?
Ollie, please
Oh,
take Ollie out of this equation.
of course. I'll take Allie. I'll put on the baby Bjorn. I will take Ollie outside so he doesn't have to see this.
Okay.
Fair is just
I'm
like
I'm a little
hands.
sad. I'm a little sad at not seeing it myself, but I can theater of the mind it.
How do you want to do this?
Well, he's still tied up, right?
Yep. Sorry, I didn't. What?
So, you remember me.
It's becoming more apparent in my mind exactly what you are.
And what I'm not?
Yep.
See, I suppose y'all were right, because I am rare and exotic, but not
God.
exactly what you thought you were getting into.
Certainly not.
She's just gonna go in and she's gonna scrape him across the belly.
Okay.
Do I need to roll?
Don't need to roll to hit, but how much damage?
Oh, it's just my hand, so it's not actually a lot of damage.
So he's gonna die slowly.
Yeah.
It's 1d6 plus your strength modifier.
Of 0?
Yes. Plus your proficiency bonus, which is 4.
So 5, because I rolled a 1.
Okay. He's scrape him across the belly and he starts bleeding out, but is not gonna die for a period of time at this rate.
Oh, do we want to ask him who hired him to take you away? Because we still don't know that yet, do we?
I do. I took care of that problem a long time ago.
Right, I forgot. My apologies.
Although it's interesting that you and your party, and this is the way wrong accent, it's interesting that you and your party are all the way up here instead of in Wilmount. But then again, Wilmouth. But then again, you were all the way up north to find me. You get around, don't you?
Yeah, we did.
Did now being the key word. And she'll do another slash in his stomach.
Okay. Damage?
10.
Okay. You can start the internal organs. He's probably going to be gone here in another round.
You know, I did quite enjoy that little pop of realization when you realized who I am and what you did. But contract's a contract, and she'll produce flame into his stomach.
It cauterizes the wound and you get another round. No.
You gotta roll damage. Roll damage. With her luck, that might actually happen.
Ten.
That is literally exactly how much health he had left. So you see this flame just kind of boil the blood inside from the open wounds, and then just kind of his head goes down, and then he just kind of falls over.
I saved his pretty head for y'all. That felt good. That almost felt just as good as when I took care of the pet owner, shop guy, and released all his animals. Think I needed
Dietrich
that.
will knock on the door and like everybody good.
You've been
Ferris
come back
cheerfully
in.
like, Ferris just cheerfully like, no, and opens the
Come back.
door.
Come back in with Ollie and here.
Ollie,
back to mom.
I retract the claws and take my son.
covering his eyes the entire time.
Well,
Okay.
he saw us do everything to the other guys.
And I mean, this fucker
Not really. It was at a
also-
distance. It wasn't like close up.
Yeah, I'm not melee. I took
Yeah.
2 shots. That's all I did.
Yeah.
And I mean, these poachers also like captured Ollie's mom, so
Well,
I don't know. Save some money on food at the bar and let the little guy go to town if he wants.
Yeah.
Help get rid of the body. I'm just being
You muted yourself at the end of that.
Oh, I said I'm just being practical here, and then the car alarm across the street went off again. Swear, I need to buy bologna. Next time I say I'm going to the store, tell me to buy bologna.
Yeah, okay, got it. Gonna strip their paint.
All of it. All of that fucking car.
Nymeria's gonna try to do the sign for hungry to Ollie.
He just kind of like snaps his beak. Like looks up.
Remove the head, please.
I'll take the dagger from Fair and start yanking off the head and
Yeah,
put it in
it takes about a
Damaris's
minute before you
bag.
can get into the bag.
All yours.
I set him down and
I'm gonna go
Go to
back
town.
outside.
He kind of like waddles over to the body and then kind of like smells it. Leans back, kind of looks around, and then just like, like rips off a chunk, and then a couple more chunks, and just like whole like swallows them like birds do. And then kind of like looks around and just starts walking around the stable.
Yeah, I'll walk out with Emrys and
Yeah.
you all right, Emrys?
I'm okay with a fair death and money, but not watching a child eat a grown man.
But it's an owlbear.
Well, what's going on in there? I think I'm trying to remember my literature classes and failing, but I think it's called catharsis.
It's okay. He deserved it, but I didn't want to be a part of feeding a baby animal a person.
I mean, what do you think owlbears eat when they grow up? I'm genuinely asking because I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't think they go around eating beheaded bodies.
They eat level 3 adventurers. And that's what we'll pick up next week because we're almost out of overtime.
And on that cheerful note,
And on the
Ooh,
note of a baby owlbear
savagery.
eating a dead human in a
To save money at the bar, that we don't need to worry about saving money.
yeah.
Now we don't need body disposal either.
He only ate
Yeah.
like 3 pieces.
we need
I'll-
slightly less
I'll-
body
I'll
disposal.
Char the rest with my produce flame. It's fine.
Fair
I
enough.
have unseen servant and can take care of some of that.
Okay. We'll see you guys next week
For more war crime
for more war crime.
and murder.
No, just this one round of murder or war crimes, hopefully. Bye, guys.